Welcome to the Fantasy Football War Council's podcast. Join the gods of war, Jonathan Arneson and Mario and Daniel Gutierrez, as they guide you through the gridiron battlefield. Victory awaits. Let the War Council begin.
Welcome in to the Fantasy Football War Council.
Hey.
Yes, welcome.
Yeah, right.
Like
I'm
it. On there.
nice. Mario's there. Yeah. Welcome in, everyone. I'm your host, Jonathan, and as always, I'm joined by the Brothers Grimm, Daniel and Mario. Gentlemen, let's talk hirings. We got so much. Just
Yes.
it's like it's our Christmas. This is best. It's funny. I had to start making phone calls the other day because we were starting the picking the order for this year's draft because we added the 4 managers. And my first phone call I made to Vince, and it was just like, "Hey, it's that time of the season." He's like, "Yeah, it's off season." I was like, "It's yes, it's our off season, but it's the start of our next season, so we are already ready. Let's talk draft." He's like, "Wait, what? Now? Now? Yeah, we need to talk draft." So
I know,
yeah.
I haven't made a trade in at least 2 months, so
No, you haven't. Are you feeling okay? Yeah, are you feeling okay?
it's tough. It's tough, but I'll get through it.
Yeah. Well,
I think there's a few first-round picks in one of our drafts that might fetch a pretty penny for you.
absolutely.
I know. First overall, I'm thinking about actually shopping it. So we'll see.
Ooh, wow. Knowing that knowledge right now, send it out to the universe, everyone. Mario is selling the pick. Oh my goodness, that's dirty. Whew. It's like just stirring the pot early in the season to see what happens. Kicking the hornet's nest and just
I can't get
fuck
it.
it.
I got that itch.
Yeah, you totally do too. You totally do.
Oh,
You're-
I've got
you're-
all sorts of things. I'm like, I just have to be patient. Just
Yeah.
close
There
my
is
eyes
no-
until next
no,
year, 'cause there is
no.
no draft this year. That's all.
No,
There is no draft this year.
yeah, we don't know. We don't know our position in the main league. Well, I mean,
That's
we have
the main thing.
we have Disney, and there is a draft. Just because you don't hold your first pick doesn't mean there isn't a draft. Let's be honest.
My first pick is 18 picks in.
That's okay. You're still in it. You're still in it.
Yeah.
You're still in it, and these are still people that are going to help your team. Even at 18 picks deep, you could find some gold, I'm sure. So, what do
I'm
you?
telling myself to not try?
Yeah.
Let's call it like it is.
Oh, it's
First pick is mine.
That's
Well,
okay.
yeah.
I'm just glad that it's running back rich, so I might have an opportunity at.
Dude, it's
a
so
flyer at the end
rich.
of the second.
It's finally, but there's only one Genty, guys. There's only one.
Yeah, that's all right. I mean,
There's so many running backs I like, and I'm like, oh, I want that one, and I want that one, and I want that, and I'm like, yeah, I don't know. It's gonna have to fall to me, and we'll see where it lies.
you should use
Fall to you, but you have a lot of picks. Yeah, you go a lot of
all
picks.
5 of your first picks on running backs. Yeah.
Yeah, I
Alright.
should do that.
That's a me move. I would totally blow them all on running backs.
Mhm.
Yeah, no
There's the
wide
reason why
receivers. It'd be
I
like,
mentioned it's out there for sale.
oh yeah, it'd be like running back. Oh yeah. Getting that itch to me. I see what you're doing.
you
Yeah.
could get
Pass
the running back.
Pass it along. Huh? Oh,
The
yeah.
running back.
Yeah. You guys are really good salesmen. I like it. You guys, you work together. You're like, let's pitch it to John. We can
Oh,
get him to
gosh.
buy this pick. Yeah. I'm sure that's a pretty high pick, and I'm good. I know that's probably too rich for my blood. So, but I'm curious. I'm always curious. But so all right. Today, let's see. I didn't open the doc. I know we have
Yeah,
so much-
basically, the
Oh.
Lions got murdered as if by Hercules and have been gutted all over the NFL.
Got it.
America's team is traveling all over America.
Well, they're traveling home first because
They're staying in the north.
we lost.
Yeah.
So yeah, they're going home.
They're staying in the north.
Yeah, well, I mean, I've seen some quotes, and Ben Johnson said he really enjoyed.
Oh,
He wanted
being
to beat the Packers. He wants to beat the Packers twice a year. That one made me, yeah, I liked that comment.
oh man, and then on top of that, he also said, "Man, I wanted to really compete in this division. You've got Dan Campbell and you've got um, AOC. He's just like, it's just such a strong division." Leaving out the Packers again. He just had dig after dig after dig, and then on top of that, uh, DJ Moore, he cut his vacation short, left his family, came back just to be there to greet Ben Johnson when he came into the
I
building.
saw him sitting front row
Yeah,
next
he
to
is
Caleb Williams, Roma Dunze, and Cole Kmet sitting front row ready for Ben Johnson. And then I'm like, yeah,
Yep.
you all are happy. These are
Oh, yeah.
children on Christmas, like, give me.
Oh, they're ready to sit on Santa Claus's lap right now. Let me tell you.
Right? Yeah,
So
that's.
Caleb
And-
said that after he got the call, he was screaming in his car in excitement on the freeway.
Mm.
He said, "I was driving and I was screaming in my car."
Well, you
Poor
know.
guy probably chipped a nail too.
Yeah.
Likely punching the top.
So
Right, yeah.
DJ Moore got so excited he also changed his avatar to Shadow from Sonic, which is the guy who kicks both Sonic and Knuckles' butt in the
And
movie.
Knuckles, yeah, interesting. Okay.
So he's
let's
ready.
see.
He's ready.
Let's see. All right. Well, let's kick off our news. We've already been sitting here talking about half of it, so let's just jump into it. Let's
All
just
Oh,
right.
jump
that
into it.
that was just point number 3.
Oh yeah. Well,
Uh,
yeah.
So
Yeah.
let's finish off with the Chicago
Yeah.
Bears news.
So,
While we're at it,
No,
Ben
okay.
Johnson took with him.
Mario's all over the map. He's like,
Yeah,
I'm taking what I want. Fuck number one. Yeah.
Yeah, we're starting with number 3 today. All right, here we go.
Yeah. All right. There you go.
We are already throwing it out there. So, but he took the
Why do I
line
write this?
O-line coach with him.
No,
Yep.
That's a hard one. That's brutal.
I like it.
The O-line coaches are so underrated in this league.
Yes, they are.
And
Especially, for the
that's what
Lions, that
makes
was their
Ben
heart.
Johnson's offense go. Yeah.
Yeah.
Right. Like, so that makes sense that he would bring him along. That's setting himself up for the most successes possible. And
That
just
is setting
hope
him up for that.
that Dan Campbell has seen the writing on the wall that he's going to be losing all of these and kind of set up, a succession plan within Lions would be. Because if you bring in somebody outside that hasn't been part of that culture for that time with the players and the growing experience,
It takes time to meld and mesh,
it's going to
and
be hard if they bring something else and
Yep.
the players aren't going to accept them.
Yeah.
So what's great about having a culture like that is that it's also rough having a culture like that, because if that guy doesn't fit, then the players aren't going to buy in for shit.
Mm-mm.
Well, the O-line coach, Frank, starts with an H afterward. He's becoming the OC for Ben Johnson. So they're going to be working closely together, making sure their whole offense gels. So he gets a big promotion going to Chicago.
I saw that article. Yeah.
And then
You come in with people that you like, though, and it's just you got a game plan of what you've set, and I think that's kind of leading into why Liam Cohn was like, "Hey, I got to get out," because he wasn't part of the game plan when Ben Johnson stepped in.
Oh man, yeah. And then they said the Raiders almost had Ben Johnson, but He told them, look, you don't have a QB, so it's going to be a lot harder.
Right, and they were courting him, Tom Brady.
So he said, if I come here, he said, I will come here, but if I come here, I want $16 million.
Ooh.
And then the Raiders said, we don't have that in our budget. And so then he went back to Chicago and went, that's fine. Like I said, it was going to be a struggle if I went to the Raiders, but it'd be worth the money. But he likes what they're doing culture-wise with their organization. But Chicago's been working on their culture. They've been working on the player groups.
That's a
It-
price tag to throw, though. 16 million.
But
Make it worth my while, he said.
But hey, I'm surprised that the Raiders didn't take it. Completely honest. Right now, they're currently
Yeah.
paying what 4 head coaches. So
yes, they are.
it doesn't shock me. I'm
Maybe
not.
that's why. 'Cause
Maybe that's why they're not doing
$100
it.
million a year for their head coach over the next 3
True.
years.
Well, that's what they said too. Is that especially after the stadium construction and stuff, their ownership is cash poor right now, and so that's why he sold chunks of the ownership to Brady and to the other group
Mhm.
because they don't have
He's broke.
like
He has no
'cause
money.
it's not part of the salary cap to pay your coaches, and they're
No.
handing
And
over money
staff.
right now.
Oh well, fuck, dude. And when they first did it to Gruden, it was like, holy crap, that's a big contract. And then to let him go out of it and to still have to pay him,
Yep.
That was the first. That was the first coach. So
Yeah.
just watching it go from there. Just watching it go from there.
That was a 10-year, $100 million.
10-year, $100 million contract. Yeah. Yep.
We'll be
I mean,
paying that
we-
for another 5 years.
But this started the conversation I was having about bad contracts, and we've seen a lot of bad contracts. Coach, and player
Yeah.
of like really bad for the. Hey, they got it to the point they earned it. It was like the Albert Hainsworth. That was the one that I brought up. Yeah,
Imagine how much more money he would have made if he had
if
tried all of the time.
if he cared, just a little bit of yeah. He got his paycheck, and that's like, I don't care anymore.
Yep.
He put his feet up.
Well, I mean, he only produced that 1 year, which is contract year. He had great draft stock, so that helped him.
Mhm.
And then he tried for 1 year out of his career and made that
Mhm.
monster contract, and then just cruised. And it's like, dude, you could have had like 3 of those monster contracts.
Yeah.
If you just put the work in, but
A Hall of Fame jacket to go with it, a legendary career. People be saying your name next to somebody like JJ Watt. I mean, like, come on.
Ooh, yeah. We'll talk work ethic at the end here.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
well, let's see. Our what was the first one? Falcons announced
Yeah.
they named former Jets interim head coach Jeff Ulbrich as their new defensive coordinator. I like that. Let's see how he does.
Yeah. You're seeing people get opportunities in new places. That's kind of interesting. Some of them are good. Some of them are a little bit of head scratchers, but and some you cry over. And this next one, it's Liam Cohen is now the Jags head coach.
I'm still holding out.
So
hope. They're just working out the contract.
Let's discuss the Jags drama a little bit, right? A little bit.
Well, I'm more sad just because he left the Bucks. I don't give a fuck about the
yeah.
Jags, but yeah, let's hear. I need some kind of like drama drop.
But it's really bad for the Buccaneers. So
A little bit.
conflicted.
I'm conflicted. Oh no, we suck again.
Yes.
And
Yeah.
Poor Baker 3 years in a row.
Hey,
his whole career,
this
he's had
is-
different OCs every year.
Yeah. This is how I felt before, and I said I was like this a year or two ago, saying, "Oh no, we suck. This is bad," and you guys were spinning me around. So we'll figure it out. We always find our way. We're a good team. I'm not worried about it. Come on, guy.
It's a solid culture throughout the Buccaneers, which is why I joined this pirate ship because
Woo, woo. Welcome to the crew. Yeah. welcome to the crew.
So I'm bummed. I am bummed.
Yeah, we go through people, right? We go through people. That's the
Yeah.
thing. But I mean, at the same time,
Because our heart's with them, their family, right? You want them to do
oh,
well,
absolutely.
but you're
yeah.
sad to see them go. You're especially sad that we're gonna have to make them look bad every now and then.
Oh, we're definitely going to make them look bad. And the funny thing is, I was reading into the comments of like The actual, so like the actual thing, the tag that came in, it was like, gave us this. He got signed as head coach, and I went down. The first comment was like, "Well, he's gonna be fired in 2 years."
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, probably, but
Trent Baalke's no longer there.
yeah, yep,
So-
they are, and if that's very
the-
helpful because you're fighting against him. He was constantly fighting against his coach. So
They said since PFF opened, there have been 11 coaches fired within 1 year of their hiring, and Trent Baalke was responsible for 9 of them, I think.
Dang.
So-
wow,
He literally gets coaches fired. That's all he does. And so, if you're starting out and this is your one shot, would you want to go there?
holy crap! I didn't know that. Oh my goodness! So like you just don't you don't do anything. You don't check people. You're just like, fuck it, yeah, whatever. We take
So
whatever.
His nicknames were Wormtongue and Littlefinger
Dang.
behind his back. So, yeah, he kisses ass and shows all kinds of spreadsheets to the owners, which the billionaires who run businesses, they can understand. A lot of the businesses and billionaires who own these teams, they're not actually. Football can be extremely lucrative, and that's why they own it. He's like, don't worry, I got you covered, and he gives them all kinds of spreadsheets, constantly showing them how they're improving, and the fan base is like,
data. Yeah.
exactly, you're manipulating data, and you're really fucking us in the face.
That's
So,
ridiculous. We
Yeah.
have discussed this. I mean, football it's a money thing, and they make money decisions. When we sit here and we're like, why aren't they doing this? And they do
Yeah.
something else. And we're like, okay, well, they're making money decisions while we're thinking of winning, right? But
Yeah,
here,
so-
I think the more you win, the fucking more you win, more money you get. But am I wrong?
That's
I
true,
don't know.
because like they said, Kansas City is a small market. However,
They're they're one of the richer teams right now.
Right now.
yeah. Oh, but
Win a
don't
few
show up to
Super
their locker
Bowls.
room. You won't think that looking at their weight room.
No,
Well,
of course not. But then we've seen the grades. Remember the grades handed out at the beginning of the year? We
Yeah.
should be going back and looking at those things.
The-
Yeah.
After this last year, where the Cardinals were rated as like the worst team,
Yes.
they
Yeah.
made some changes. Like they're actually giving players free food now, rather.
See, that was the thing when they were making them charge for food in the like. Oh my goodness.
Yeah, they were like, all our vending machines charge
Yep.
us money for stuff that we should have on the
And you
regular. That
They got
when-
charged in the cafeteria, and
Yep.
Mhm.
and then they complained that the food that they were paying for was even shitty. So
Yep.
like, yeah. So
And
apparently they got a new chef, and they stopped charging for
School
food.
cafeteria
yeah,
food.
first
Is
year,
essentially
yeah,
what.
exactly.
Kansas City is not much better. And you know what Kansas City's response was to their extremely low grades on all of their facility stuff?
They posted a picture of fucking Taylor Swift and said, "Don't worry about it." Wow.
No, they said they sent a bill to the city and said, "Hey, we want you to make these improvements to our facility, and if not, we're gonna fucking leave across the other state line to a new location."
Mhm.
No shit.
Yeah.
No shit.
Yes, they did.
Did they pay?
And
I
then-
gotta know.
and
Did
then
they
the
pay?
city put it on the ballot
Hmm.
for the taxpayers to pay. For
No
the
way.
renovation.
Yeah,
Yep.
people aren't
And they
voting for
got
that.
voted down. They did not. vote
Yeah, there's no way it gets voted. That's the way it gets voted in. People aren't gonna fucking vote for
Billionaires
it.
do not pay for their own shit.
Yeah.
Hell no, they don't.
Tough call. We'll
That's
see
how it
how
goes.
it goes. I don't think
So,
they would
yeah.
do it.
So after this Super Bowl, we may actually see Kansas City change cities
And actually be in Kansas City.
and actually be in Kansas City. That's what they're proposing.
Wow. Wow. That's
So,
something. That's
back-
something.
Back to
Bold.
Liam Cohen though and the Jaguars. I really,
No.
really, really wish him the best. I hope I think Trevor Lawrence was so used to winning that after the what was his name from college that came over and ruined everything?
Oh, the Urban Meyer. Yeah, Urban
Yeah.
Meyer.
When
Yeah, yeah.
the Urban Meyer experience ruined Trevor Lawrence to get him used to losing,
It totally.
and
Yeah.
I think he's just used to losing now, and he just gets like you see these quarterbacks who are inspired and drive their team and really, and I see that he has all the talent and he just doesn't have a flame under his ass.
Mhm.
So I would love to see I would love to see Liam Cohen just put that fire, just light that up again.
A
And
good way is to draft a new quarterback. That usually does it. You know.
yeah,
Well,
Just
I
good
mean, you look
competition, sure.
you look at the
Yeah.
offenses that he's been forced to run, and the offense that he ran at Georgia is more complicated than these offenses that he's been running in the NFL, and so
Mhm.
it's hard to keep that fire going when you know the product that you're putting out is shit and you have no say in it. Like,
True.
so you know,
Yeah,
But we
but
can't simplify it down to like a Madden book. That's too simple. You know what I mean? I mean,
But-
if
having
he
a
doesn't
more
understand,
creative offensive coordinator in a modern NFL offense that gives you more options, you're going to have more fun, so you're going to be a little
Yeah.
bit
Hey,
invested.
I'm not
hear
against that. Yeah.
And that's
hear
what
that,
my
but-
hope is. I'm
but-
not saying
but-
that's going to happen, but that's how I see it hopefully happening. You know, if it's successful. I
But
think
look at
that'd be a
Thomas
good reason
Jr..
why.
Who fed him the ball?
Yeah. Yeah.
Who fed him the ball? Who like
the guy
t-
that kicks everybody in the balls? What's his name? I can't even remember his name. It's just the ball
Mac
kicker.
fucking
Oh, yeah, that's
Jones
Mac Jones.
did a
yeah.
better job QBing over there.
Yeah, because all he did is throw it up to Brian Thomas Jr. That's all he did.
Well, you
And-
know what you've got on your team. I'm sorry.
But I think
As,
Mac
as a
Jones
premier owner in Dynasty, I do not object to this, and I hope
Mac
that
Jones
Cohen builds
wanted
his
to
offense
win.
around that. Yeah.
Mac Jones wanted to win.
Mhm.
He's got his resume out on every snap. He wants to start again. Trevor Lawrence,
Lawrence got a point. I see
I-
that. I
I-
see that.
I
I don't see it. I don't see the fire under Trevor Lawrence. I think I have to agree with that he just doesn't care. This is the Albert Hainsworth. I don't care anymore. I got my money, right?
so I think
just
what
it's
he
a
needs is
different
that
reason.
fire.
Yeah. Yeah. I agree.
So
It could
I
be-
totally agree.
It could be he's not meshing with the offenses. He doesn't like what he's being proposed, and
I mean, I wouldn't have a fire if I hated going to work every day too. You know, that's
Right.
That's my argument on that of why. But I totally
no,
agree.
I get
And
the
I'm
why. I'm
hoping
just saying
that
that's a
it
root
can
of the
come
problem.
back.
true. But these guys get to play football. This is something we love and dream, and we talk about all the time. This is football, and they're paid millions, stupid money to do this.
When
Yeah.
you're living that life, sometimes you need a reminder that this was your dream job. You know, like
Yeah,
when
I
you're
think they
getting
forget
grind
that.
every
I
day.
think they forget that. Yeah.
Absolutely.
They lose the humble. They're not.
Yeah.
They need to be humble because they get the price tags. They get the money. They think, hey, I was listening to this fucking bullshit the other day about Cam Newton saying how he has 8 kids and he needs money and he doesn't feel like Superman anymore and he can't take care of his kids. Well, dude, for one, you had 8 kids. 2, you sucked in your career. You could have done so much better if you cared a little more instead of just wanting to stand up and, you know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
be a fucking team player. Like, that guy was never a team player, and you saw it in him. Like, the panic, put a
Dude,
person in a situation, and you see what they truly are, right?
He was a phenomenal talent.
Absolutely.
Where you cannot do it by yourself.
I mean, Superman is
I-
an half Nate. Like he.
Yeah,
he's
it re-
top
yeah.
tier of the Justice League and stuff. He's a loner.
Yeah.
No, it's fitting, but he played so well
Justice
during his
League.
time period. Yeah, no, he played so well during his time period, but
Yeah.
you watch him now and he's just complaining about how he's not, he doesn't have money or he doesn't have money to take care of his family, and it's like,
Dude, the XFL
manage
would take him.
yourself. Yeah.
Dude,
No, but
sign
why?
up
You know
for
how
a
much insurance costs
huge
for a
paycheck in the
Lamborghini?
XFL.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know if
Guaranteed.
I would take. I don't know if I would take him. And I was the guy that held him for both my back-to-back championships. Right now, I'm watching him on a TV show, and I don't know if I would take him right now. I'm watching what he's doing on this TV show.
Dude, him and RG3 should go to the XFL. And
Dude,
they do
RG3
really
needs
well.
to. RG3 needs to get back out there throwing the ball somewhere, anywhere. Just stop talking to people and behind a counter and go throw a ball. He
Oh,
does.
he's not talking to people behind the counter anymore. He got fired.
Yeah, he got let
Yeah,
go from
true.
ESPN. Yeah,
Mhm.
yeah, but he is doing. Yeah, I think he's doing something. He's doing a podcast or something else. I saw something come across my feed of RG3, and I'm like, yeah, goodbye, and I swiped off.
Hence why ESPN fired him.
Yeah. So, all
More
right,
betting of
we-
Detroit here.
we-
Jets
we-
hire.
hey, wait, what do I not get any news? You guys are just gonna 1, 2, 3, and 4 it here.
Oh, okay, you can go
Am I?
first. All
I'm
right.
not here.
Going 1,
I-
4.
I thought you
I
gave
know,
it to Liam
but-
Cohen.
I know, but he. Oh, did I do Liam Cohen? I did do.
Yeah.
Liam Cohen. Oh shit, I did do Liam.
We wouldn't do
My
that to you.
apologies. My apologies.
We don't do people dirty like that here.
Hey, well, I don't know. Someone
Being
just
promoted, that's
jumped
how
from
I
3 to 1.
Okay.
Someone jumped from 3 to 1. Yeah. He's like, I'm taking Ben Johnson. That shit's my news. What if the Bears fan, buddy? I gotta know. I'm asking
hey,
the person behind me. She
Detroit
wants to
being
know.
gutted, he should have the next one too. He was like,
Take it. Take it. I have thoughts on this. Take it.
All right.
Yeah.
So here we go. So we're doing Aaron Glenn pros and cons. John's got the cons. I got the pros. Right. So
Go take it away. Take it away.
the Lions limped on through most of the season, and Aaron Glenn made them look like a hurt animal in a corner that would just fuck you up if you came close, until the very end when the final cornerback dropped and they just could not do enough to stop the Commanders. That was an awesome performance all season long, and that earned him his dream job. Yeah, let that sink in just a sec. That
I'm
this was
waiting.
This
I'm
was
waiting.
his dream job.
Yeah, I'm
To
waiting.
be the Jets head coach because they drafted him and he saw what Dan Campbell did for the Lions and he had the same feeling for the Jets and wanted to bring that same success to them.
Mm.
And I'm like, you've got
the drive.
ties. You've got ties everywhere you want, and you want to go to the Jets. But cool, man. You do you. And that was his target. I'm glad that the Jets didn't get their first option, but he was definitely their second option. They went through, they discussed things. He's worked with every major winning head coach. His whole what's it called? Resume is ridiculous, and everyone he's ever worked for or with says that man is all football all day, serious as a heart attack, and he's gonna make a killer head coach one day. So good on him. I hope everyone's right. He wants to right the ship. The Lions said he is the biggest piece to their culture outside of Dan Campbell, and they're going to see this as their biggest hit. And so can't wait to see what he does in the Jets.
I will agree to the fact that I cannot wait to see what he does with the Jets.
Yeah, like, okay. As an NFL fan, I don't want
Yeah.
any team to get blown over. I want to see some. I want to see some freaking fist fights, right?
Mm-hmm.
I don't want to see some gimmies, some blowovers, whatever.
No.
I want to see them go to the tar and just wail on each other. Game
I want to
after
see back
game,
and forth. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't want to. I don't want to know who's going to the Super Bowl from the very beginning. So let's mix this crap up and make every team better.
Yeah, but it's also nice when certain teams that you hate just always get murdered. That's just
Oh, I'm not talking about our division.
that's
Fuck our
beautiful.
division.
Like, watching the Patriots over the last couple years has just kind of, been
Been
good.
nice. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, they
When
were
the
on top for too
Cowboys are
many years.
sucking, it's just, nice to see that happen. Raiders, this is where the Raiders belong. I don't want them
Hey.
right there. This is why we're
Um,
about the next bit of news.
Dude,
no, I'm with you. I think Raider. I think.
I do like
I-
what they're
I think
doing.
Tom- I think Tom Brady. No, I'm not here to. I think Tom Brady is meddling a little much. I think he's a micromanager, and I think he's going to hurt the Raiders a little bit. And I'm kind of excited for this.
I kind of had the same thought. I was like, he's
Yeah.
a very good player. That you
Phenomenal.
That he
Oh, yeah.
worked with without
Mhm.
him, they
Mm-hmm.
have not done very well. And
Nope.
but
Nope.
their
Nope.
hire, which John, you should read the next bit of news since we've been skipping around a little bit.
Wait, no. Okay. Well,
Yeah.
Raiders expect to hire Buccaneers assistant GM Spytek as the GM, replacing Tom Telesco, which we think is phenomenal. They need to get rid of Tom Telesco.
Oh yeah.
And we're a
I'm
little sad to
sad
lose.
to lose
We are
Spytek.
all sad to lose Spytek. Oh, absolutely.
Yes.
So did you hear what they said?
Nothing's
about
official
Tom
though, right? Nothing's official.
Telesco?
No, it's official.
No.
Yeah,
Is it
It is
official?
official.
Oh.
Yes.
yeah, it's done. It was done yesterday. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
This one hurts. Too.
So good for the Raiders because they let Tom Telesco go. He
Yeah.
had 4 phenomenal rounds in last year's super deep draft, and they said historically from round 4 and on, he ranks the bottom of any GM since they started recording stats in the 80s.
Well, that was where they mispicked the wrong player, if I'm correct.
So he in the top 100, his picks were exactly as you would expect the top player, and it seems he didn't do enough research and was shooting from the hip on everything else. And so the Chargers and everything after all this data comes out, you see what you get. You get phenomenal first couple rounds, and after that, it's a
not
crapshoot.
enough.
It is not. The ones who really capitalize make everything. That's when you take a flyer on a small school but highly productive
Mhm.
player or something like that. When you're in rounds 6 and 7, maybe even 5, and he didn't do his research or his team or whatever, and
Mhm.
so for them to go to a real GM prospect that this guy should be awesome because he came from our family, that's good for them. And every bit that makes Patrick Mahomes' road harder, I'm good for.
Well, this isn't part of the news that's listed, but D'Amico Ryans is filing a formal complaint / lawsuit for the league because of what the refs of the way that game was called.
Oh, because all of them got fined too. On top of that,
Yeah.
so did you see that?
Really?
Joe
Yeah.
Mixon was fined $25,000 for comments, and when they sent him the comments, he was able to trace back the tweet that wasn't him, and said, "What the hell?" He's like, "You bet I'm calling my lawyers. This is bullshit. When you're getting fined for shit you didn't even do."
Yeah. And the
Mhm.
like blatant hip drop tackle on Dalton Schultz.
The hip
like,
drop, yeah.
He literally broke his leg last season with that kind of tackle. He's one of the big reasons him and Mark Andrews why they changed that rule.
Yep.
Is because there've been so many, and that the tackle on him was like textbook. This is a hip drop tackle, and there
Mhm.
was nothing
Yeah.
that was done. And the like roughing the passer. interferences with Patrick Mahomes when he's like dropping at the last second and they're like running into each other. Those should be
Dude.
roughing the passer calls. Like and even like Brady and the announcers are calling it out and saying this is a bad
Dude.
call. This
When
is
you
a
have
bad
announcers
call.
pointing it out in multiple
so-
games,
And
yeah.
then after
Definitely.
the game, that now that these things have been come up, the head referee of that game has been suspended. So like, there's all of this stuff that's going on, and D'Amico Ryans is like, yeah, I'm gonna add fuel to that fire. I'm coming out with a formal
Yep.
complaint / lawsuit because that was so badly called. People are just tired of those calls going Kansas City's way all the time. It's just bullshit. And even
Dude.
Well,
everybody can
Yeah,
see it.
it's just not fair. It's just not
It's
fair.
like
And
it's like there's a referendum to like protect the face of the league, i.e. Patrick Mahomes.
Yeah.
yeah,
He's the new Brady. They want him to have the three-peat. They want him to beat Brady, so they
Alright.
got to get him to 7 Super Bowls. And
All right.
you know,
Now, I've never been a Brady fan until he came to Tampa Bay,
yep,
but I give Brady a shit ton more credit than Mahomes as far
Dude,
as
look at the
toughness
hits
and
he's
everything
taken.
else.
yeah.
Because he came into the NFL when the NFL was still a very physical league when it came to quarterbacks. too.
yep.
Yep.
Oh,
So
yeah.
this like flopping that
Brady
Mahomes
is
and Allen do
pissed
is
watching
like,
the tape.
Come on.
He was come on. He was in the division of Revis Island. Of course, he fucking.
Dude, and then also look at Justin Fields. Watch any game from 2 years ago when he was still with the Bears,
Yeah.
and the amount of hits he took and the late hits he took, and none of that was called.
Yep. Yep. He took
Just-
a lot of hits too.
If I don't
He would
mind
have had more
if a
penalty yards
ref
than
calls
passing yards.
shit,
Mhm.
just call shit equal. That's
Oh,
all
it
we
has to
ask.
be, but it's
That's all
not.
we ask.
It's not though. They're protecting the Chiefs. It's like
Yeah.
Oh.
If you want to protect the quarterback, protect the quarterback, but protect all the quarterbacks
All of
and
them.
do it the same. And that's all I
Agree.
ask.
I agree.
If
Yeah,
you
if-
drop
if-
it at the last moment for a
if the
slide,
league-
it's fair
If the
game,
league is
man.
evolving this way, sure, we gotta do whatever for for
True.
player safety, whatever. But do it the same. You're getting people getting laid out, annihilated on shit that should not be happening, and it's not being called. And
yeah.
then
The
Patrick
Chiefs
Mahomes
are
is
getting
the
away
other way.
with murder. The Chiefs are getting
Yeah.
away from
Well,
murder.
I mean, it's
They
because
should
the
not
way
be where they are.
Yeah. Well, there's a lot of it that like the way that officiating has gone. So now those that are smart take advantage of that. Like, oh well,
Mhm.
as soon as the quarterback gives himself up, that's when the play ends. So then he's getting fouls because he's literally like running, looking to pick his way through the defense, and then he's like, oh,
Yep.
I'm done, and then falls down. And at that point,
Yep.
as he's falling, he's getting hit, and then they're like, oh well, he gave himself up. I think that's bullshit. No. Give yourself up before you're surrounded by defenders that are
When
already
you're
going,
running,
100 miles
yeah.
an hour,
Yep.
Yeah.
like when
It-
you
You're
got
up-
that, you're down. If
Yeah.
that's what
That-
you're gonna do, give it. And that's why I really actually appreciate Baker, because when he's running, he's running.
Yep.
Yeah.
Oh, dude. He gives
He
it
is.
his all. I fucking love Baker Mayfield, dude. Oh, I love
Dude. The only one as nuts as Baker. Okay, two people as nuts as Baker Mayfield are Josh
Allen. Yep.
and
I was just going to say it.
fucking Will Levitt, and both those guys, God love them. Are they exciting to watch?
I
Hell
got to
yeah,
do this for a
all three of
second.
them.
I got to do this for a second because Josh Allen is sitting right there in my wife's closet.
See it.
Yeah, I'm sorry. Got to do it. She fucking loves him. I mean,
Dude. But
No.
no one flops more than Josh Allen, and he should get a
Dude.
penalty for that.
yeah,
But
a little bit.
he
It's not
he
that
Allen
bad.
is
also,
running, though.
he also
He
does not
is.
shy away from the contact.
Oh, he takes hits.
Flopped when he's talking shit to the players after the play and they touch him. That's when Josh Allen flops. When he's
Oh, I know.
running, he's running too. You know.
Oh yeah.
He's-
And so that there should be a rule about the line of scrimmage. If you pass the line of scrimmage, it should be fair game.
No,
unless I mean, I don't.
you're
disagree
running.
with
You
the,
set
like,
yourself.
setting
I liked the old rule.
yourself up for sliding. That's fine, but like, get the yardage and get down and slide. Don't wait till they're about to tackle you before you decide to slide. I don't think that should be a penalty. if you didn't get down in time, that's your fault. That's not the
Yep.
defender's fault.
Yep, I agree.
Yep.
I like the the old rule of when you cross the line of scrimmage and you are holding the ball, you're a runner, and you
Yeah,
now
you
take the
are.
hit of a runner. You're not
Yep.
that quarterback. You
You're-
put yourself
you're
in that
choosing to be a
position.
running back.
You choose to put yourself out there. This is why those running backs have those leg injuries, and they put
Or-
themselves in the running back position. Do not do it.
Or you do the same thing that D-line did for Baltimore, and you just drop a knee, which is so obvious, instead of sliding for extra yardage.
Mm-hmm.
Well,
Because it's the
cut.
defense's job to stop you from getting as much yardage as possible.
Yeah.
You can't fault them for that.
Can't.
No, they're gonna hit you. They're gonna hit you and
Yeah.
drag you back. They're gonna pull you. They're gonna drag you backwards because that's their fucking job. Is to
is their
stop
job.
you from moving forward and to take you backwards. That's
And we don't
exactly
want to
what their
take
job
that
is.
out of the NFL.
Fuck
We
no.
need that in the NFL.
No, they're
We
it's
change football
they're
too much.
softening it's softening the sport. That's what it is. It's
Yeah.
already becoming a soft sport. I mean, it is. But player health is very important, and since we were kids and younger, I mean, it's not the same. It can't be the same sport from then because
Nah,
hey,
it's-
CTE is a real thing, and all
The-
sports recognize this.
I
So
think there's a
The
good
coordinators are
balance.
too smart where
Oh.
it is an exciting ass chess match, and I enjoy it.
exactly, and you know what? That's what it's
Yeah.
about: is really good playbooks. And what do you bring to the table?
Yeah.
What does your brain say we could do today? Like, hey, I got something that may work. I'm going to pull a play out of my ass that let's try something. And it's
Yeah.
when it works. That's the shit we want to see. Yes.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Nerds and meatheads alike. How are you
Yeah.
going to counter this with that? Period. And
Yep.
just watch it unfold. That's what we want to see. So
Because
none of
it's
this-
watching those plays. It's the first time you see someone, we throw it over here and he pitches it back and then he throws it downfield and we're all like, what did he just do? Did that just happen? Like,
Oh,
yeah,
An
it's the
interception.
flicker. Yeah. Blame the wide receiver. He just
That's
threw
when
the
you're-
pick.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
when you're in fantasy and you aren't paying attention and you're like, why the fuck does my receiver have -2? Yeah.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah.
What is that?
Yes. Why does he have an interception? He's not a
Yeah.
quarterback.
That's
How
right.
how did Jameson Williams get an interception? What
Yeah.
happened there?
That's right. Yeah. -2.
And this is why we love the sport. So, hey, I haven't pointed this out yet, but the name of the episode is All Hail the King, Mario. And we haven't praised you yet this episode, so Mario.
Oh, this episode.
Yeah. Daniel, we have to praise our king.
All hail Zeus.
The slow clap. You gave the slow clap. I gave him a solemn bow. So all right.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's all right. It's all you get out of me today. So, okay, moving on. Take us on to number 6, Mario, if you're up.
Okay. So the Patriots have hired Mike Vrabel as
Solid.
head coach. Big surprise, right? And
No.
even bigger surprise. Who's his OC?
No.
The man that
McDaniels.
the man that could only be. I mean, look, it's his
No.
only job that he can fit for. It's like
Sorry,
this
yeah.
is your puzzle piece. You
And-
only
and-
can do this.
And who
No.
could be their defensive coordinator?
Let me hear.
Terrell Williams.
Yeah, like shocker.
So
Not
they-
a shocker.
Are we re-erecting what we hope to be a Patriots dynasty once again? Yes, Robert Kraft hopes so. I think they're going to be relevant again. I think everyone over here stays in their lane and knows their place. and that is the
I think I'm
Patriot
with
way.
Daniel, man. I saw Daniel shake his head a little. I think I'm with Daniel in this. They're not going to be relevant. I'm not sure if that was the right word, but
Dude,
Sell.
I do think they're going to be.
They're gonna have a good defense.
Yeah.
Their defense is going to be phenomenal.
Yep, it'll be a
And you know
really
what?
good defense.
Maybe it's just because he can't handle the responsibilities of a head coach to motivate his players, which has been the biggest gripe for Josh McDaniels in Denver and in Vegas. So I guess
Oh yeah.
if he stays at OC, there's a possibility of success because that's the place that he has been successful.
Mhm. Well,
But without
when you have a
Belichick
niche.
and without
Yeah.
Brady, I just don't have
I
confidence.
Well, see,
in
that's the
Josh
name that did it. Is
McDaniels.
that
I think-
second name? That second name.
Yeah, when you've got
I think it
somebody that's
was
smarter
wrong.
than you as a quarterback who's
Mhm.
doing your job for you, basically.
Who's coaching for you? Yeah. He's doing it all on the field. He didn't
Yeah.
need you at all. He
That's-
did it himself.
And that's why
I think it
that's why they love each other, because Josh McDaniels is like, you got this, keep making me look good, and Brady's
Yeah.
like, fucking do what I want to do.
Yeah. Well, I'm sorry, he doesn't have a good quarterback to do that anymore. So you got to actually coach. So
Drake May was pretty good this year, but
yeah, but he's no Tom Brady. So
sell.
so
No, I think the Patriots are going to actually be fantasy relevant this year.
okay. So
I don't think they're going to win the division.
oh gosh, no.
No.
That'd
And
be-
with
They
the
don't even be
Jets,
second. They may not
With
even be second. I'll
with
say
the
that.
Jets hiring Aaron Glenn and
Mhm.
Buffalo, I don't think they're going to be second. I think the
Yes.
Jets are
Thank
going
you.
to outshine them,
Thank
and
you.
it's going to be Buffalo going like, "Oh fuck, we actually have real contention within our own division." Next year, not this coming year, but the following year. And the Patriots, I mean, they're going to be annoying, like a little
So-
sister or something
so-
like that.
So do you think the Patriots are going to do better than the Dolphins next year?
Ooh.
That's a damn good question because I love Josh McDaniels, but
I think those two are going to be the bottom of the division next year, possibly.
I think they're going to constantly fight for who has the bottom bunk.
Yeah, but who do you
Well, I
think is gonna
mean,
pull it out.
I don't think you're going to have Tyreek Hill. Let's be
I think
honest.
Tyreek Hill-less Dolphins
No.
might be a little bit better because he's bringing them down this last season.
He
Dude,
kind of
I-
does. He kind of does.
Dude, Josh McDaniels does not mince words. And he told him at the end of last season, "What are we even paying you for if you can't make those catches?"
Mm-hmm.
And then this season, he goes, he gave up on his team. Fuck that guy.
Yeah.
So
I
He,
mean-
think
he
that
made
they
the
could be
whole
better
team
next
look
year.
bad because he
Yeah.
didn't put in the homework when Tua was out.
The guy wants to have more kids than touchdowns. That's about it. That's what it is, right?
Dude, he almost got McDaniels fired because he wasn't willing to do homework when his head quarterback was out.
Yeah, he
That's
didn't wanna-
fucked
He
up.
was like, Tua's
Mhm.
out.
That's
Why
fucked
are we
up,
even
dude.
trying? Yeah, he's at the end of his career, diva receiver, and they just see.
But a
something
diva,
like,
yeah.
it's time to be out of the
Why I
league.
don't like divas. That's why I'm just,
Dude,
you know what? Talent is there, but I really can't stand that mental capacity
I
of a
just- I
diva.
just
The-
feel like
the
he's
best thing-
got his Antonio Brown moments coming up. Like,
Oh
yeah,
yes,
the
for
next 2 years,
sure.
he's gonna bounce around, and there's gonna be just all sorts of gnarly.
Porn star coming out. Yep.
The
Yeah.
best thing he could do is quit and go to the Kansas City Chiefs on cheap.
Go.
Go back,
Go
grovel.
get a.
Andy, I'm sorry.
grovel,
I'm so
yeah.
sorry, Andy.
I
I'm
want a
sure
Super Bowl, and I'll give you a Super Bowl.
he's heard the same thing over and over again from people who criticize him and go, "You
You
can't
never should have left.
leave a winning franchise for money and then complain about not winning."
Absolutely. Right? Oh my goodness. Yep.
So, yeah,
But when you take that money, that's what you get. You play with a shitty team.
Yeah.
You choose that bunk that you
Oh.
laid in. It's whatever, right? That's
I don't
So
think
now-
Miami's that shitty. I think you.
Oh,
feed
no!
who you have to feed. Who you
So
have
no,
to
I
feed.
don't think
No,
they're
they've had-
shitty, but I mean it is
I mean-
let's see, it's Tua. It's Tua.
Their entire defensive line were coming off of some sort of torn ligaments in their knees.
Yeah.
So like those players aren't playing anywhere near what they're capable of doing. Also, like it was
Yeah.
a bad year for Miami. So, but
Oh,
this
yeah.
is what I'm saying.
And they
So
lost
if
Wilkins.
the Patriots are not going to be better than Miami in that division next year, then you're saying that there's going to be a relevant competitive team that is going to be in the bottom of their division, which isn't a very good division to begin with.
Mm-mm.
Yep.
So how is that going to make them relevant?
No. Fantasy relevant.
Ah,
I said
Well, it is a
fantasy relevant.
fantasy. It is a fantasy podcast. So, all right, we
Well,
get
you
it.
know,
We understand. Didn't
yeah,
understand. I don't think we caught that from the start, though. I missed that part too.
we'll
Yeah.
see. If they take Tet McMillan, then they might be fantasy relevant because they need a better wide receiver at this point. So
Or I don't know how the hell Polk and Baker were actually talked to, and what assignments they were given or what, because everything they were good at in college, they seem to suck at in the pros.
Mhm.
And you don't see regression like that unless it's the coaching.
Yes
Yeah,
and
but
no.
add
Yes and
Tet
no.
McMillan. I mean, he's still you still add Tet McMillan at like what are they 3 or 4?
Yeah.
Like 6'5", his production, his numbers, the things that are coming about at that kid, like you pick
Mhm.
that player. You pick,
Yeah.
he's not going to be as good. He's not as good as a prospect as Marvin Harrison or Malik Neighbors and stuff like that. But in this draft, he is
He's
by
gonna be the top
far
guy.
the best wide
Yeah.
receiver, and that is
He
the biggest
is.
consistency on your team.
Mhm.
Pick him up, and
Not
then
every
the
year
other
has
guys that
a
happen to
neighbors, right?
But
because
here's
of coaching, then holy shit, look at the 3 wide receiver core. That would be awesome. And I could see your argument of them being fantasy relevant if those are the things that that happen. But
I
it
hear what
takes a
you're
little
saying.
bit to get to that point, though. I don't think
I
they're there yet.
I hear what you're saying. However,
However,
I as the head coach coming in, Mike Vrabel, would want to see tape, talk to the players, and see what the hell I have, because it's obvious the biggest hole they have is offensive line in a not very deep draft class for
yeah,
offensive line.
Mhm.
And at that high position, you might be able to take the very best one, which could be a solid starter for you, which could protect your quarterback, your greatest asset you have right
Yeah,
now.
but you
and they
might
got 2
be
of them.
better off going in the free agency or something like that to fill your line that route,
So
and
there's
then
that
you go
too.
wide receiver route. So
Yeah,
I'm just saying.
I mean,
and
he's gonna go out and get his AJ Brown. He has AJ Brown stolen from him when he's in Tennessee. He's gonna go get his AJ Brown.
dude,
That's my
do you
thought.
see T Higgins going that way?
No,
Okay.
I see
Okay.
T Higgins staying in Cincinnati.
I think
Because-
all the
because
arrows point to
Cincinnati's
him staying there.
contingencies did not work out.
Hmm.
Yeah.
I agree. I heard
If-
at first I heard he was going to leave, and then I heard everything's been pointing to him staying. So
If
it could
if
be a
I were
surprise.
if I were Cincinnati, I would be shopping Burton to Pittsburgh and Losavas to the rest of the league, where they could
Yeah.
actually work with him, because it's actually a helpful teammate. And Burton, the only people who could do well with him is Tomlin. So
Nobody wants Burton.
Tomlin is the only people who can deal with that kind of receiver.
Hard nose. I like it.
Yeah,
Apparently they
but
were like only 4
gifted
teams
as hell.
that didn't have Burton off of their board completely because of his off the field antics. And
Yeah.
Cincinnati were like, we got a good core here, and yet he's been nothing but trouble for them.
Yep.
Mm.
Off in the building and off the field.
Yeah.
So I don't think he's going. I mean, they'll drop him and somebody will pick him up on waiver and put him on the practice squad.
Dude,
and see what happens.
Get
But, like,
get an extra 7th round pick from Pittsburgh, so you don't drop him for nothing.
I don't know. I think Tomlin's like, I have enough divas on this.
Dude, look at the wide
Mm.
receivers
team.
in Pittsburgh
Pickens
right
won't
now.
block, and he walks half the time, and you know.
He could overtake Pickens no problem. And
Oh yeah.
the
The
lack
talent,
the
yes,
lack
but-
of talent in Pittsburgh might make him step it up, because when he went to Cincinnati, that was exactly the hope that
Mhm.
dude, we have a true number one here that he can't compete with, and so he's gonna get checked and he's gonna fall in line, and then they were like, no, he's just an asshole.
Well, tape and talent, he was ranked in the first round.
Yeah.
So like of this last year's draft of the wide receivers that came out, which is really
That is
good.
that's a phenomenal class. So yeah,
But most people wouldn't even go near him, and so
he
yeah, I don't know if any team's actually going to trade for him. I think they're just
he could be better than
Yeah.
Ted McMillan, but like I said, I would be calling Pittsburgh to get something for him and sign T.
Hmm. Pittsburgh needs something. Patriots need something. There's a few teams that need it, right?
I mean
That's true, because you could trade him to the Patriots and be like,
Mhm.
you guys are a hard nosed group.
We were
Do
just
you think you
talking.
can train him?
Vrabel,
Yeah.
Vrabel'd be doing it. I
Hell
think.
I
yeah.
think it's
I think
smarter
he'd do
for
fine.
Cincinnati to give him to Pittsburgh. Like here you go.
They-
Here's Kansas.
Yeah,
You know.
yeah, definitely. I
We're
think so.
division, Take it. you
Yeah.
know.
That one's smarter for
Yeah,
them.
you know?
Yeah, because you face him twice, and you know his weaknesses. You know how to handle them, and
Yeah.
just
They-
walk up
they-
to the line and go, "Hey, you're an asshole." And he's like, "Ah, fuck it," set him
There are
off.
actually stories of Vrabel actually saying, "You sure you want to do this? You want to throw down right now?"
Well, he's a good guy. I mean, come on, yeah.
And offering to go to terms with them on his own contract field, and send them to work afterward.
Mm,
So that's
hard
that's true.
nose, love it.
You got two places you could shop him to.
Absolutely,
Back.
and they need it. They need it, and I think he can handle it. So,
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't know. All right, what's this Robert Saleh news before we close up for the evening?
Okay. Oh, that's not it. That's not it. Okay, so Robert Saleh, he said he will not be hired as anything less than a head coach unless it's to the San Francisco
Niners.
49ers, and he will return as their defensive coordinator. He has promised that he won't take a defensive coordinator job that isn't outside of San Francisco.
Interesting. Well,
Good
I
for
mean,
him.
yeah. Know your value. Yeah.
Yeah. And then the
And
the
then
last
veterans
one's
of,
actually
the veterans coming together and pulling Trent Richardson together and being like, "You're supposed to be a leader, and you don't do shit."
Oh, you mean Anthony Richardson? Yes, Trent Richardson is no
Anthony
leader.
Richardson.
Well,
Trent Richardson is no leader. We know this. I know this firsthand knowledge.
Yeah.
Dude,
Him and
Damn.
Cheeseburger Eddie.
Anthony
Ah.
Richardson, every single veteran on his team has mentioned how he failed them in his effort. How
Absolutely.
he just doesn't put in like the rest of the team does, and he's supposed to be an example.
He
and
is
they're
supposed to be the
they're kinda
head
sickened by him.
example.
Yeah.
I've never been a fan of him, so the fact that I hear this, it's what I believed. I never thought he was going to be a good quarterback.
They should trade for Trey Lance. They're about the same player.
Yeah, he's probably better actually. Gross. All right. Well, thanks for marching with us. Tune in next week or the following week. We hope we have lots more news to just kind of BS about. We love talking football. Right into the show. Hey, our giveaway never happened. I have not heard from CBS Sucks, by the way. We've let the whole month go. I haven't handed this thing out. So it goes to second winner now, which was Christine. And I have that review. She wrote a review, which was lovely. Lovely reviews. Yeah. So thank you for the review, by the way. And then thank you for CBS Sucks. We're gonna do another giveaway, so I hope that you write back in because I would love to hand you something because I really wanted to give you this jersey, and
Yeah.
that's a bummer. I was really wanting to hand it away to somebody.
We'll start talking prospects soon, and they'll have to tune in.
Yeah, well, we do this for the listeners, and it's everybody else's.
Senior Bowl's coming up. There's going to be a lot of
Dude, it's so much stuff to talk, right? Yeah. So much stuff to talk. So
Risers looking for him.
all right, I finally found the review. The advice given was both informative and helpful. It was a nice assurance that I was making a decision on my offensive tags. I was given 50-50 on who to take on my defensive tags. Both Jonathan and Daniel gave their unbiased opinions and suggestions to go with their best player. The player was not on their beloved Buccaneers team. Hey, check that out. In the end, I went with my gut. Let's see if they were right. Sweet logo, by the way. Hey, all right.
Hey.
So, all right. Well, thanks a lot for listening. Right into the show. If anybody needs anything, we're here to talk. ffwc23@gmail.com. And as always,
Keep conquering.
Yes. Lightning bolts.
I can't crown Mario on this.
yeah, we'll get him a crown.
Yeah.
I can't wait till my rings show up.
Ooh, you got rings?
I
Yes.
I had to.
Oh. I commend you for getting rings, by the way. Where'd you go through? You just go
I
little ring.
found
What'd you do?
a place.